Hello, we're live. Awesome. Can we get a comms check, please? I'm getting bad feedback of a crappy signal. It seems to be the way lately. I don't know why. Draw your own conclusions, that one. Anyway, we looks like we got 56 people here already. It's pretty cool. Nice one. So yeah, a 5x5 would be really nice if anyone could tell me if I'm coming in clear, sound, etc. Kane, thank you. Rachel, cheers, honey. Ash, nice one. So we're good. We're getting out there. Right. Okie dokie. Whilst we're waiting for Warhawk, JC, thanks. Now, I've been trying to get this man on the show for a while. We're going to see if we can listen to a message that he left me earlier. His name's Jordan. So we'll see if we can get Jordan to say his piece that we recorded earlier. And yeah, we're checking comms, roll VT.
I really think that Great Britain is absolutely broken in every single way possible. I think the British citizens have had it up to here with all of the bull crap that's been going on. It's just a matter of time now until it kicks off. What do you guys think?
There you go, Jordan Peterson, the one and only. Of course, we're mucking around with AI. But yeah, it just goes to show the feeling which is growing here in the UK. I'm pretty sure that we all feel quite similar about how bad it is here in the UK. The writing's on the wall. Lots of paper are going over cracks. It's not getting fixed. So yes, we have got a rant to do. So what I've said in the title is have your say. Okay. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. I don't want you to. I want you to form your own opinion in your own mind from your own experiences. If indeed you live here in the UK, if you're an expat, if you used to live in the UK, you found out up to here and you went, fair play. It's that bad. All right. And it's probably the same in Europe. Well, basically the West. All right. So we're looking at America, Canada, and Europe. Definitely here in the UK. Excuse me. It's looking pretty grim. What's going on at the moment? So whilst we're waiting for everyone to come into the chat, that's pretty cool. If you're watching on the replay, just skip forward a couple of minutes. Cool. Welcome everyone who's coming into the live chat. Nice. Right, let me just pop over to where is it? It's okay, guys, don't worry. We're just warming things up. Everything's got to be online at the same time with YouTube as well. Right, I'd like to say a thanks to Chris Oliver, who's been lending massive support on buying me a coffee. So seriously appreciate that. I'm guessing just like you guys, really struggling financially. It's been an absolute kick in the nuts for, I would say, probably 90%. Around that mark of everyone living in the UK is feeling something with inflation. And I think that's probably one of the biggest negatives, I would say. So what I want you to do is, like I said, you've got free choice, free opportunity to have your say, okay? UK citizens have had it. Maybe yourself, maybe people you know, maybe your parents, maybe your friends, maybe people at school, you know, or whatever it is. Let me know how you're feeling about the current state of the United Kingdom right here, right now. The 26th of June, 2025. Yes, we've made it that far. Who would have thought since 2020? So we are going to be going over a few things. I've tried to pigeonhole the topics. So we're going to be ranting about money, healthcare, police, privacy, and motoring, driving. Okay, all of them things we are going to be talking about. Okay, because to be honest, I've had enough. I've had it up to here with this stuff. Now, I think it's good that when you have bad, negative energy whirling around inside, it's good to get it out. Get it out however you feel you need to. You can shout, you can smash something, you can type something. Okay. I don't know if this still is a thing, but back in the day, if you wanted to rant online, it would be done in capital letters. So if you really want to let rip, stick your caps lock on and go for it. Okay. Let me just turn up this light here. I don't know if that's too bright on my little bonce there, but yeah, we'll see. It's quite dark up here. So what do we got? 240 people, excuse me, watching right now from all around the world. In fact, whilst we wait for the others to come along, we are going to be going into them topics very soon. But whilst we wait for other people to come on board, can you let me know where you guys are watching from? Some of you new guys probably don't know, but I used to live in Portsmouth in southern England, and I literally bugged out to the middle of mid Wales in the mountains, out in the sticks. So that might explain why the signal keeps going iffy, because I'm literally miles away from all the idiots in the towns and cities. And you know what I'm talking about when I say idiots. Haha, Rachel, you were on the sofa. Yeah, I am. That's my partner. She says hi. So yeah, be nice to my partner on there. Any naughtiness, you're going to get blocked. Simple as that. You will get kicked in the nuts online. Pure and simple. Any of you guys who didn't watch the live stream that Rachel and myself was on live, that is in the live video. So check through them and you can see my partner and me on there. And there is also a link to my partner's YouTube channel underneath this video, and you will see it straight to her YouTube channel. So she would appreciate the support if you're interested in art. Fair play. So what have we got going on? Big Dog is in Powys. Snap. Owen is in Dorset. Cleethorpes. Awesome. Gloucester. Who else have we got? I can't pronounce that. I would say Quimbran. I'm probably said it wrong. I'm English. I'm an English guy living in Wales, and I got a whole new language. The Welsh people actually speak English. Some of them. I'm only messing with you. We got someone called Georgina in Brighton. Free Dog Night Bushcraft in Staff. Simon's in Sheffield. Naughty. Green S is County Durham. Give Peace a Chance, 1968. Awesome. Oxfordshire. We got Phoenix Snake UK in Chorley, I think that is. Old Bag. That's not very nice. Be nice to yourself. In Nottingham. I feel for you if you're in Nottingham. What a place. Just being honest. We got Kerno. X. That's over in Cornwall, obviously. Oh, dude. I know this man. He loves to fish. Good to see you, brother. New York State. So that's west side. Northwest, I believe, isn't it? Not the city. Yeah, why would they have New York State and then New York City? Why can't they just pick one? Anyway, that's just me. In fact, lots of the names in America were stolen from English names. Be nice to you guys make up your own names. But there you go. Don't upset everyone, do we? We got Scott over in Tennessee. Jack and Off, you've changed your name, but the same picture. It was Huge Ass, I think it was. Leo Minster. We got Bob over in Huddersfield. That's awesome. Someone called Patty K, Sunny Suffolk. So yeah, we got people from all over, which is really nice. Awesome. We got Dave, Jay, just Dave, Dav, Manchester, Sparky Ray, County Durham, Northwest. It's windy up there, isn't it? Yeah, I know. We got lots of people from all around the world there. This is mental. We got Sci-Fi Sci. That's a good name, isn't it, darling? I like that. London, unfortunately. Yeah, I've heard London has changed quite a fair bit, actually. Um, have we got anyone outside the UK? I know we got some guys in America. Um, so we're going local with this, which is probably for the best because most of us in the chat right now are in the UK and we've got a good experience about what it's like actually in the UK. What I was thinking was, imagine if you lived abroad and you was just curious, just wondering what's it actually like in the UK, because all lots of people are being fed is mainstream news. And yeah, there's some truth in it. There's a lot of agenda and a lot of BS in it as well. And I'll tell you what I am finding quite difficult is when you go searching online. I use Brave myself, just don't use Google Chrome really. But Brave, even that, when you search some of the results, most of it is all going to be mainstream. And if you want something independent, you've really got to go a long way. So let me know if you're noticing the same sort of thing. I just think it's disgusting, really. It should be an even, fair playing field. But of course, some of us in the know understand, and that's just BS, complete BS. So, John Farley in the house. Good to see you, brother. Right. Brilliant. Mr. Steve, Portsmouth. Yeah, my old stomping ground. North End, mate. North End, Southsea, Paulsgrove, Wesley. Been there, done that. Right. Okay. Let's get that. Where are we? Sorted. Right. Okay, then. So we've been on for 12 minutes. We've got over 300 people watching live, which is pretty cool. We're going to be talking about the stuff which is doing people's heads in here in the UK. So if any of you are watching from outside the UK, this is pretty much what is going on in the real world in the United Kingdom. It used to be Great Britain. I mean, it's not so much great now, is it? So what are people mainly peed off about? Money or lack of. There isn't any. Where's the money gone? Where's the money gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? A lot of black holes, a lot of money being lost out there. Inflation. Let me know in the chat and in the comment section, how crazy have you been witnessing the prices of things? I mean everything. It's not just food, okay? Even Aldi. I remember seeing some Instagram reel a few days ago, and this guy was saying they've had like over 100% increase within 12 months of some of the things in Aldi. And Aldi is one of the cheapest supermarket chains here in the UK. It's seriously having a right go at Tesco. Tesco is by far been like the biggest supermarket in the UK, but the prices that they're charging, the profits that they're getting, is absolutely taking the mick in a serious way. The price of things, just off the top of my head, toilet roll, anything paper, thing that boils my, I can't really swear, but you know what I'm saying. You get stuff like kitchen roll, toilet tissue, toilet roll. Okay, the prices have gone up. The material is getting thinner, is getting less, it's getting cheaper, but they're asking for more money. So obviously, racketeering profits. Okay, it'd be nice if someone here in the UK was to do a deep dive into companies who manufacture these things and see what their profits have been. And I would suspect since 2020, it literally just went through the freaking roof. Used that as an excuse, jumped on a bandwagon, capitalised on it, and absolutely took the mick out of the UK citizen, pretty much. And it doesn't just end there. Shrinkflation, which we're talking about. What about things like plastic water bottles? Look how thin and crap and flimsy they are. So much so, when they get delivered from manufacturing to the shops, lots of them break, burst, water everywhere. How much more can they scrimp out of things to get maximum profits? How much more? How bad does it have to get? How many crisps do you frigging get in a packet these days? You're paying for air. And do you know what? I remember a long time ago when I was contracting, when I was overseas, I was speaking to some of the lads over there. And one of them, John, he's an expat living in Spain now. And do you know what he used to say? He used to call the UK Treasure Island. I said, what? Treasure Island? What do you mean? He said, because everywhere you go in the UK, you get robbed. You get robbed, fleeced, left, right, and Chelsea. You get robbed. Everywhere you go in the UK, it's like you're in a maze. And every time you turn a corner, a door is locked. And there's someone stood in front of that door wanting some money off of you. Fines, fees, charges, admin costs, etc., etc., etc. is absolutely robbing people. And it's not going to change until people do something about it. And who knows when or what, but something really does need to be done because this is getting totally out of control. Food is expensive. Food. And I'm not joking. When we saw the prices jump in 2020 and again in 2021, okay, they've been going up ever since. They've not stabilized. They've not got down. They've just gone up. They've continued to go up. People just can't afford stuff. You know, when I go shopping now, I really got to think, can I afford that? Should I put it back? And for the first time in a long time, I remember everything I put in the basket, I was adding it up in my head because I only had like £38. That's all I had in my account. So I didn't want to go anywhere near that. That's how bad it's getting for a lot of people, not just me. And we're talking people who are being forced to use cheaper shops. Okay, so we're talking like B&M, we're talking bargain buys. Okay, we're talking Poundland or Pound Stretcher. Okay, we're talking Farm Foods, we're talking Lidl, we're talking Aldi. And Aldi would probably be the Marks and Spencers of the common working man nowadays. Okay, God forbid how much it cost in Sainsbury's, M&S and Waitrose now. Just too scared to go in there. But a few years back, not far back, every now and again I would pop into Sainsbury's as a treat. Maybe M&S to get something really special. But now, not a chance. I haven't been in there for a son of a bitch long time. That's how long it's been. And I know I'm not the only one. I know probably you are watching right now have seen the absolute prices of everything in the UK just running out of control right now. Running out of control. And it's only going to get higher. I can't see any time, anywhere soon, of something stabilizing and it coming down. Someone I saw earlier said inflation was around 10%. So basically, unless you get a pay rise of 10% every year, you are not going to be able to keep up with inflationary rises. And it's not just food. No way. What about bills? When you come to pay your bills, how much has your water bill gone up? How much has your gas bill gone up? How much has your electric bill gone up? Crazy. And the weird thing is, they say that they try to keep the prices down for wintertime when energy consumption is at its absolute highest. But no, they bring it down spring and summer when energy is at its least used. Yeah, we're not stupid. We're absolutely not stupid. We know that this crap's going on. And people have had it up to here with all of their bills going up. Okay. And council tax. Wow. So what do you actually get for your council tax? Where I live out on the sticks, I have to drive over a mile just to put my bin out there, which gets collected whenever it's filled up, probably every 10 days. Okay. So I get my bin collected 3 days or 3 times in a whole month. There is no street lights, no police, no fire engines, no ambulances can absolutely get out here. Okay, apart from that time when the police did come, but we never see any patrols out here. We're out in the sticks. Okay, so I'm paying nearly £90 a month in council tax for what? My bin to be emptied 3 times a month. Absolute daylight robbery. Okay, and I know that in the past, Birmingham actually filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, can you believe that? The second biggest city in the whole of Great Britain is bankrupt and is still bankrupt. Guess what? They had big problems with their bins not being collected. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section. Do you live in Birmingham? Did you experience this? How long did it go on for? Has it been resolved or is it still ongoing? We're told it's been resolved, but we don't really know. Unless you want to believe every single thing that you read in every mainstream newspaper, it's up to you. Personally, I smell a rat. So we are speaking in a community of people here in the UK what is actually going down when it comes to things like that. So bills gone through the roof. How much are you paying now compared to what you was paying 2019? So before the BS storm come along in 2020, things I remember, I think it was petrol at the time. I remember petrol being under £1 a litre in 2019. 2021, it went up to £2 for diesel. Yeah, insane. It's come down. What I've been seeing about £1.27 for diesel, right up to £1.48 for diesel. Exactly the same product. Big differences wherever you go in the country. It doesn't matter if it's in a town, city, or in the sticks. They just make their own prices up. Either way, we're paying for exactly the same product and we're getting ripped off yet again. Just going to pop into the chat real quick. Excuse me. Thank you, Sam, for that donation on PayPal. Thank you for that, my friend. Appreciate that. There is links to PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee underneath, so really appreciate your support. Because since I had a visit, we'll come on to that a bit later. Yeah, money is gone. Just like you guys. It's pretty much a nightmare, isn't it? Mark is saying enough is enough. Yeah, absolutely. Ah, good to see you, brother. Run to the woods. Insurance bills, utilities, taxes, rent, 30% up. Wow, rent gone up. Yeah, that's another thing. I think house prices have gone crazy. Rent has gone up. So, yes, I think everything is being squeezed everywhere we go. That's what I'm saying. It's a good idea if you've got this frustration and anger to let it out somehow. Type it out onto the screen. Get it out of your system. Don't carry it around. If you stay to the end of the live stream, we can all go outside and we can scream our heads off in our cars or whatever to let it out. Okay, it's not good to carry this crap around in us. What about eating out? Who remembers back in the day? You know, you probably go out to a restaurant maybe once a fortnight or once a month or something like that, or on special occasions. When was the last time you went out for something to eat? It could be anything from a calf, like a greasy spoon, right up to like a milestone birthday fancy restaurant. Okay. What I do know is the quality has gone down, the portion sizes have gone down, and the prices have gone up. That's what I've been seeing. What about you? Have you been seeing the same thing? I'll tell you what I have noticed. You go to some cafes and you want a full English breakfast, you're going to get the cheapest, smallest, lamest, bull crappy eggs that you can ever find. You can get a sausage which has about 3% freaking meat in it. You're going to have toast, which is going to be burnt to a crisp. You're going to have mushrooms, which could probably come out of a tin and taste like buttery crap. You're going to have bacon, which has got so much white goo and crap in it that's so thin and so gristly and horrible and undercooked. It's just a waste of time. Who's had fried breakfast like that? That sort of thing seems to be commonplace now in lots of places that I've seen. But they make it look really, really nice. Oh, it's perfectly cooked. You can't polish a turd. Crap food is crap food. And if you're paying 10 quid for a full English breakfast and you're getting something which probably costs 50 pence. Wow. Not fair. Bang out of order. Eating out has gone through the roof. I've been to places just to get fish and chips. Fish and chips for one person, and it's over £10. Can you believe it? Where do they get the bloody fish? The moon? Unbelievable. It's the prices. I think mainly it's the prices, and you're paying a lot for inferior quality now. Okay, you really got to hunt around to find good places to sell you good quality food for a reasonable price. Okay, we're not asking for the cheapest price you can ever give us and give us the Ritz. Of course, businesses, they have to make money, but fair food, good quality, well cooked for a fair price. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'll tell you what, from my experience and Rachel's, it's very, very hard to find places like that. And it's just not fair. The Brits have had enough of it. In fact, if I had American friends come over to visit me and I was to show them around, they would be mortified with what you get for your money. It's embarrassing, actually. It's embarrassing. What about how many times did we used to go to a pub? I used to go to the pub a fair bit back in the day. I think most of us did. Whether you're a man or a woman, it was good. You know, this was before the days of our frigging smartphones, which are literally killing us slowly. We used to go to the pub, a public house. Yeah, go down the old nuclear sub for a couple of pig's ears. Great, lovely, brilliant. Friday night, Saturday night, finish work, done. I'm going down a juicer to have a few sherbets. Great. Now, how much would you have to pay? I remember 80s night, where you go into a club, they play 80s music. The beer was 80p a pint back then. Yeah. And we're talking, I don't know, right up to the year like 2000, something like that. 25 years ago. It sounds like a long, long time. But this was the thing, okay? Inflation and people's wages, you could absolutely afford to do that. Now, with people's wages and and the inflation, you just can't. Just can't do it. In fact, you know, the amount of money you used to spend on a pub, you can get a round of drinks for about like 6 or 7 of your mates, and it'd be under 20 quid. How much would it cost now? And it's pretty much the same drinks that were being served back then. All of that crap like Carling and Foster's and all that junk. You know, that how much was a pint of Foster's in an average pub in the UK back in the day, and how much it is now? Not talking about London. London, you get robbed even more. London is ridiculous. London is the antichrist of thievery. It's literally Dick Turpin on every single corner in London. You are going to pay a lot for very little. Don't think about London. We're talking right up north and right down south. And you get them prices and you do an average. That would be a fair estimate of how much a pint of beer should be. Okay. I won't have a clue. I can't remember the last time I bought a pint of beer. It might have been about £4 or £5, maybe more. Don't know. Let me know in the comment section of the chat. If you go to the pub, if you can afford it, how much is a pint of beer these days? Just lager, basic crap, nothing special. I've got no idea. So drinking in pubs, that seems to be dying now. Pubs are closing like crazy. In fact, I had a little look earlier, right? I was born and bred in Portsmouth, and Portsmouth held the record all over the UK for the most pubs in a small amount of land. Now, I'm going to tell something to you now. It shocked me, all right? Have a guess how many pubs in the United Kingdom have closed in the last 50 years, okay? In the last 50 years, how many pubs have closed? A minimum of 25,000 pubs. 25,000 pubs in 50 years, gone forever. Absolute crazy. There's an absolute agenda why this is happening. In fact, I do remember reading somewhere that our lovely government were considering making it illegal to talk about conspiracy theories in public places. So if you work in a pub and you can overhear someone in a corner talking about 9/11 or something like that, they have got a bona fide right to phone the police. That is being considered. Whether it happens, I don't know. But to me, that's one of the reasons why they shut public houses down. They made it so hard for them to carry on trading. They had no choice but to close them. And that is one of the many reasons why you have seen 25,000 pubs in the UK closed for good in the last 50 years, for sure. What about the price of the taxis? Taxis. How many white English speaking taxi drivers have you come across in the last 5 years? I'm not being racist, I'm just pointing out a fact. How many? And how much was your fare? Do you think it was fair, a fair fare, if you know what I mean? Or was it a damn right rip-off just for going XYZ? Taxis. Don't really use them out here in the sticks because we're so far from anywhere. You very rarely see taxis, but I know when you go downtown or in the city, you want to go out for a few drinks or go out for a meal, you want a few drinks, you don't want to drive, so you get a taxi. How much are the taxis now? Are you a taxi driver? Have you noticed a big change in the last 5 years? This is the UK. This is what's really going on here in the UK. What about DIY goods? So you want to go to B&Q or whatever it is and you want to do it yourself to save money. All of them prices have gone up. Mental. How much is it going to cost to buy timber? I know lumber went up big time in 2020 and 2021. I don't think it's come down. Other prices, if you're a plumber, copper has gone crazy. Everything seems to be getting expensive. Nearly, like I said, in the UK, it's like you're in a maze. And every time you turn a corner, there's a door with someone waiting to take money off you. That's how I see the United Kingdom right now. So the price of DIY goods, mental. Like I say, we're talking about money. So tax, income tax, council tax. What about all of the other things? Like there's fines, there's fees, there's charges, all of these little extra things to get money off of you. Okay, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I remember staying at an Airbnb not that long ago, and they charged £65, I think it was, just to clean on top of the price. There's honestly, people are being robbed here in the UK. They absolutely are. It's mental. There's just no money. There's just not enough money to go around. Excuse me. That's cool. Just checking in. So we go on to healthcare. All right. So first thing, hospital waiting times. Have you been to hospital lately? Have you heard stories of your mate at work? His wife went to hospital. What was the experience like? Was there big queues? Was there long waiting times? I know pretty much out here in the sticks it's not too bad, but I do know when I go to my old stomping ground in Portsmouth, QA Hospital, which is now a super hospital, insane. They've made the hospital probably 3 times bigger, but they've kept the accident and emergency area exactly the same size, while shutting down 3 or 4 other major hospitals around the area. Clever, really clever, actually. So what have you got? You've got massive waiting times at A&E. You've got ambulances all parked up outside who can't get their patients into the hospital. It's unbelievable. This is supposed to be one of the wealthiest nations in the planet, or on the planet, should I say. It's pretty much almost teetering to a third world country now, but it's being run by a first world city. The inner city, London. In fact, London, the city of London inside, isn't nothing to do with London, but that's another story. That is absolutely happening. Hospital waiting times, freaking nightmare. Okay, so you pay your national insurance contributions with your income tax when you work. So that money is supposed to go towards the NHS, the National Health Service. So when we need to be looked after and we can't afford to go private, who the hell can afford to go private in this day and age? Okay, so you use the NHS, and what are you going to get? Crazy waiting times. Okay, so you go and see a GP, you go into a consultancy in a hospital, and you get an appointment booked for an operation. How long do you have to wait? How long do you have to wait? What BS excuse are they going to use for the reason why it's so late? And then just when you get there, guess what? They cancel it. Yes, they cancel your operation. You've made plans, you're looking forward to it, you've got all of the strength up that you're going to need to get you through that vital operation, and they frigging pull the plug right at the last minute. Has that happened to you? Let us know in the comment section, or if you're live right now, stick it in the live chat. I'm not joking. I've had so many stories from people who have got an appointment to go to hospital to get surgery done or whatever it is, only to get cancelled. Cancel, 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 put back, put back, put back. All the time that person is suffering. That person has paid in handsomely to the pocket of the NHS to get the care back. We sort of know some of the reasons why the NHS are struggling, but that's a whole new video, right? Cancelled appointments is crazy. What about botched operations? Okay, have you gone to hospital to have an operation and it's not been successful? I've got a weird feeling, right? And I can't back this up. It's just a feeling that I have. I would say there's more people who have had botched operations than successful operations here in the UK. The quality of surgery, despite all of the best medical advancements in technology at their disposal, you're still getting people with bad hips, bad shoulders, bad knees, whatever it is. What do you think? Have you heard of people that you know, friends, family, maybe yourself, go to hospital, have an operation, and it's either made it worse or it's not as good as what you would expect it would have been? I.e., the service you received was very poor. You might have been looked after okay with some jolly nice nurses and doctors, but how is your pain from that operation now? Good, bad, all the same? I would like to guess that it's the same or worse. I would be very surprised to see lots of people saying, I had an operation, complete success, brilliant. No, I think those days were long gone. Okay, when you had genuine people proud to go to work and do a good job and focused on hygiene. Now it's all about profit. It's disgusting what's going on. But it's not only that. The same as the hospital waiting times. It's the GP waiting times. General practitioner. If you're in America, it's the doctor, your local family doctor. To go and see your doctor physically, you're going to have to wait quite a long time. And we know some of the reasons why this is happening, and that is partly true as well. But nonetheless, if you want to go and see your GP, like within a few hours, good luck, my friend. Not here in the UK, not anymore. Those days are long gone. They are long, long gone. And it's just not right. Like I said, the citizens have had it. They've had it up to here with all of these things compacting into this horrible, great big suck it up cake that we are literally trying to eat. It's disgraceful. It really is. In fact, if you was to think back to our grandfathers, our great grandfathers who fought for this country in the war for our freedoms and privacies, only to see what's going on now, they would be shaking their head thinking, wow, 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 wow. This was once a great nation. Now it's a pile of chicken shit. It's absolutely a pile of chicken shit. And it's literally just going down the pan. It's going down the pan. We can all feel it. We're not stupid. We see what's going on. We've seen how our local town centres and stuff are like falling apart. Weeds gone everywhere, graffiti, windows boarded up, businesses gone, shops empty. And only shops to be replaced with charity shops, with pawnbrokers and bloody bookies and places like this and bloody Weatherspoons. You know, all of these places. I think the government coined a phrase a long time ago, called it a failing town. If you're seeing all of these places closed down, it's dubbed as a failing town. Do you live in a failing town? Where is it? I know Waterlooville outside Portsmouth, that town centre was absolutely failing and hard. It was really, really bad. I just can't believe that sort of stuff actually happens. And I know some of you guys in mid-England and up north seeing the same thing. You know, the decline of their town cities now. Terrible. It's terrible. But going back to the hospitals, what about the food and the drink that you can buy in hospitals? Now, don't get me wrong. I think when you're in hospital, it's something to do with pain or sickness. Therefore, the last thing you should be eating in hospital is junk or crap. You should be eating highly nutritious, affordable, healthy, basic foods. Okay? No. Some of the junk food and the crap that's rammed with vegetable oils, seed oils, salt, sugar, sugar-free this, and all of the artificial crap and the chemicals. You buy this food in hospitals. Hospitals aren't there to help you, they're there to make money from you. That is the easiest way to explain it if this is a bit of a shock. A hospital now is a business, okay? They're not there to look after you and to help you. They're there to make money from you, okay? So when someone in your family is in hospital and you're going to visit them and you're going to be there for a while and you take that long walk down the corridors only to find that crappy little shop selling loads of overpriced nonsense rubbish, we know there's something going wrong, don't we? The food and the drink that you can buy in hospitals are disgusting. Absolutely not good for you. It'd be good to keep you there, which is probably the reason. The longer you're in hospital, the more money they make. It's all about money, Jack. All about money. And one of the biggest things that really gets my goat, and I've got a feeling you guys are going to agree with me here, is when you go to hospital, the car parking charges, how much you have to pay when you go into a car park, whether it's you're taking yourself there to get something done, or you're going to visit a loved one, or you're taking someone to go and visit a loved one, whatever it is, the amount of money you have to pay in a car park is daylight robbery, it's extortion. In my opinion, if I was Prime Minister, I would make all car parking here in the UK free for everyone. No charges. It's absolute disgusting. Okay, you're paying to park your vehicle on a piece of tarmac which probably hasn't got lighting or security cameras or patrols, and you're paying a silly amount of money just for 3 hours, 4 hours. Unbelievable. Should be abolished. It should be abolished. So hospitals charging people to park, usually at times of duress and stress, and sympathy is needed. No. Another way to get more money out of people. Welcome to Treasure Island, friends. The reality of living in the UK. 100%. All of the meds, the medications that you get here in the UK, they're not there to make you better. They're there to make you feel a little bit better, but at the same time, give you a side effect, which requires another form of medication. Eventually, you could end up on so much medication, it could ruin you for good. But all the same time, they're making a lot of money out of you. Don't forget, friends, sick people are big business. Okay? You're never going to make money with peace. You're going to make plenty of money with war. The more people get hurt, upset, destroyed, the more money to be made. That's the truth. It's as simple as that. You can't make it any more black and white than that. And that's exactly what is going on with the pharmaceutical industry. Did you know there's so much clean, good, healthy medication out there growing on this planet which will help you without any single tablet, any pill, any medicine that you can buy or get from your doctor or Lloyd's chemist or whatever it is. It's just there to make you feel a little bit good, but to make you worse. So you spend more money, or someone spends more money on other BS medications. And the prices of that is going through the roof as well. I think we've covered healthcare. Now we're going to go on to police. Because when you see all of this stuff going wrong here in the UK, the only thing right now that's stopping the whole country falling into total anarchy is the police. Now, the police, I would say there's good and bad in everyone. Okay. So a police officer, you got some really good coppers, you got some really bad ones, you got some dodgy and bent ones. It's the same with everything. Everything that you look at, there's good and bad in everyone. I don't care what it is. Okay. So not all police are good and not all police are bad. There's a mixture of both in the police. Personally, I think most of the people in the UK have lost respect for the police. Okay. And personally, I don't really think it's their fault. I think it's the policymakers and government who are making the laws for the police to uphold. So much so that I used to know personally 4 police officers who were serving. They have all left in the last 3 years. All of them have left. Why did they leave? Because they don't believe in the laws that they are being told to upkeep. They just simply would not do it anymore. And I know I've got a friend who's watching right now who used to be in the police part-time. And he would tell you the stress, the BS that the police have to put up with for the money that they get, nah, it's just not worth it. But let me tell you this, if there was no police, this country would fall apart in just 24 hours. In one day, it would be like something from a horror movie. This country would fall apart so fast. If word got out that all police were on strike or every police just walked away from their post, it would fall apart. It's crazy. But respect for the police. In my situation, if you didn't know, I was in trouble with the police a few months back, and I'd done everything I could to be honest and helpful. And what I got back was the opposite. So my respect for the police is gone. I had a lot of respect for the police before then because I got a very hard job. But after how I was treated, and it's still affecting me now, my livelihood trying to earn money is pretty much non-existent. It's pretty much gone. So without donations, it's very, very difficult. All thanks to the police, all thanks for me to be honest. I was let off without charge, didn't do nothing wrong, but the fallout from that and how I was treated, and I was banned from making money, my livelihood, online for 4 months. That was hard, really hard. So I feel that the police, a lot of people just had it up to it with the police now. Lots of you probably watching right now may have had an incident which you've reported, a burglary, a theft, your car got damaged or whatever it is. Nothing happens. You may get given a crime number if you're very lucky. And they usually say, we're really busy, take it up with your insurance company. Wow, thanks for your help. Really appreciate that. And correct me if I'm mistaken, but part of our council tax goes towards policing to protect us. Wow, really? What about all of the burglars who have been getting off lately? Lots of prisoners have been turned out of prison, haven't they? Wow, and lots of people went to prison, and I was nearly one of them, for talking about this sort of stuff online. Wow. So you've got violent criminals in prison are being let out to make room for people telling people what's really going on, of how bad it is in this country. That's how crazy it is. And that's what I'm saying. Lots of police left because they didn't want to uphold laws like that. It's absolute BS. And it must be really hard to be in the police right now with all of the crap that they've told to do. Police just follow orders just like soldiers. You're told as a soldier, do this, you do it without question. It's an order. The police are the same. Whether they believe in that law or not, they will do it. They could just tell me and say, it's my job. I need to provide for my family. And also, if there's no police, we're all goners. So it's very difficult. We know that crime's gone up, and especially shoplifting. Now, shoplifting has gone through the roof, as you can imagine. We've talked about earlier about how much things have gone up with food and everything else. Don't forget, desperate times calls for that pressure. Okay, it's desperate pressure which pushes people to actually steal something. Okay, and it's on the rise. In fact, if I can find it, I'm going to show you on the screen. It shocked me. I didn't actually know this. Okay, so let me just see. There it is. Look at this. The alarming rise of shoplifting, okay? £2 billion worth of loss. Shoplifting incidents over 12 months. So in just 1 year, the UK economy in retail lost £2 billion. Wow, insane. 20.4 million incidents took place just in 2024. 2,000 plus thefts were reported daily to British shops. 1,000 plus injuries were caused on duty security guards just in 2024 alone. Look at that, nearly 500,000 cases reported to the police. Unbelievable. And look at that, nearly a quarter rise. So that's 23% increase in shoplifting cases in England and in Wales. So this is just in 1 year. Shoplifting has gone up 23%, in line with how much all of the food is costing. £1.8 billion was invested in new security measures across all UK shops. How friggin' barbaric and crazy is that? That's just in 12 months, friends. Every year, I can only see it getting worse. Let me know if you think there's going to be a magic fairy that's going to come out of everywhere and make everything go all right and all back to normal. I really don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. So the police have got a big problem on their hands. Totally. Now we move on to privacy. So what's it like living in the UK? Where I live, I'm pretty fortunate that me and my partner out here do get to enjoy quite a lot of privacy. Okay, we're out on the sticks, we're away from Urbanville, and we value that very highly. It's almost like it's probably the only taste of freedom that I think we could probably find here in the UK, unless you go to the Outer Hebrides or in the Highlands in Scotland, maybe. The further you are away from urban environments, the more privacy and freedom you get. If you're in an area with lots and lots and lots of people, the more people in the smallest area, the less privacy and the less freedom you actually have. Okay? It's insane. If you don't know, if you're outside the UK, the United Kingdom has the most surveillance cameras in one country more than anywhere else on the entire planet. There are cameras everywhere. In fact, I'm looking at one right now. But all joking aside, we're talking CCTV, okay? There are cameras everywhere. And London and Birmingham, I don't know, Glasgow, Manchester, Liverpool, they're all probably the same. Okay, cameras are all over the place. And what is the primary function of a camera in a public place? For safety, to prevent crime. So how is it then we've got more cameras than ever before, yet we've got more crime than ever before? You're telling me that that's the reason why them cameras are there. And do you know what I think? I think that's absolute bullshit. Complete bullshit. Brainwashing you with bullshit. If there was more cameras, and they're being honest, crime would have gone down. But no, crime's gone up. It is not for our safety, it's bullshit. If a criminal is going to commit an offence, he or she is going to do it whether there's a camera there or not. That mentality of thinking that you're going to be safe because there's a camera there, that's so last year, Jack. It doesn't wash anymore. Crimes are being committed all over the UK. Criminals don't give a shit whether they're noticed or not. They absolutely don't care. So the cameras being there, no, it's not going to stop them. The real reason why there's cameras there is surveillance. They want to know where everyone is at any one time. Yeah. So what sort of privacy do you think that is? There isn't any. You can't walk down a high street in the UK without a camera recording you live. You can't. You can try and hide and all the rest of it, but all you're going to do is draw attention to yourself, and maybe some, I don't know, shopping mall bloody security guard's going to come up to you because you're acting suspiciously. So privacy? No, there's no privacy here in the UK anymore, especially in urban environments. No way. And then we've got the wonderful face recognition as well. That's really getting up the noses of a lot of UK citizens, having their faces recognised all of the time. And the scary thing is, they are trying to push facial recognition into security for devices, i.e., you get your phone, you got to sign in with your face. Okay, what happens when you come back from the dentist and you have a tooth taken out and half your face is out there? Okay, or what if you come back from a run and you're sweating and it makes everything look weird or different, or your hair's got long, or you shaved your beard off because you wanted to and it doesn't recognize your face? You ain't getting into that app or that device. You're not getting into work. You're not getting on that train because your faces can change for all sorts of reasons. You could be in a fight and you've got bruises everywhere. You need to go to the bank to get some money for some pain medication. Oh, we're going to scan your face. Oh, it's not you. You can't have your money. Whoa. Freedom is under attack right there. Absolutely. It's a stone cold classic. It's true. Your freedoms are gone, pretty much. What about, I thought it was just Tesla cars, the Model S, the Model T, or the rest of it. But most EVs, electric vehicles, as our American friends call it, most of them have outside cameras for safety and navigation. Okay, so when you're walking around or driving around or on a bike or whatever it is, any electric car, you bet your bottom dollar it may have a camera recording 360 degrees around that car. So what have we got? We got cameras in the street. We got people walking around on their phones with cameras on. We got cameras on cars. There's literally nowhere to hide. There's no privacy. Excuse me. There really isn't. And one thing that drives me nuts is when you go into a shop and you see like 2 checkouts open in Lidl, okay, and 6 of them are closed. But lots of people are using the self checkouts, you know. Self checkouts, it's the beginning of the end. Okay, so you go into a shop, okay, the prices are that way for a reason. They've got staff to pay. So now you go into a shop and you've got to pack your own groceries and add it all up and do it yourself. Well, okay, that's fine. I would say anyone who uses a self checkout service should automatically get 20% deducted off of their bill. That would be fair. But no, of course that's not going to happen. So you're going to have to wait and be forced to wait in a long queue because, like me, you're going to refuse to go to the self checkout and get your face scanned. Yeah, your image, that video of your face, every single thing you've bought. There was incidences a few years ago, going back to the last 2 years, where I think it was Tesco's, their data was breached and stolen. And thousands and thousands and thousands of customers had their identity stolen because they were stupid enough to use these facial recognition self-checkout services. They've had their biometrics stolen and their credit card, all of the rest of it stolen. It's not safe. It's absolutely not safe. There is nothing wrong with going into a shop and using cash. Okay? It's privacy and freedom protector 101. That's what we should be doing. Because if we carry on being lazy gits and using tap your card and pack your own groceries, that's the beginning of the end, friends. And we don't even want to talk about digital ID. That's another thing. So biometrics, they are slowly creeping in. So if you don't want to use your fingerprint, you don't want to scan your face, like most of us, especially old school us, the youngsters, too late. They're brainwashed. They're just thinking it's convenient and great. Well, too late for them. Thing is, biometrics are coming whether we like it or not. Okay. The amount of times that I've gone into my banking app on my phone and it says sign in with biometrics, skip for now. eBay, you go to sign into your eBay account, sign in with biometrics or face recognition, skip for now. One day you're going to go in there and it won't have skip for now. It will say sign in using fingerprint biometric face recognition. There won't be any other option. And that will be here within the next 24 months. Mark my words. So if you disagree with biometrics being taken from you, wow, you're going to have to think of another way how to get access to certain things. It's not far away. And we've already talked about the Online Safety Bill, the Online Safety Act. It's real, it's live. They're going through private messages, even encrypted messaging services, reading every single thing that you do. So in the UK, no, there is no privacy, there is no safety, there is no freedom. Good luck thinking if you do believe it. Now, on the lighter side of the rant today is driving, because most of us, I would guess, drive. Not everyone, but the majority. I would guess 70% of everyone watching now drives a vehicle, whether it's a push bike, moped, motorbike, or a car, a lorry, pickup, whatever it is. Okay, so what boils your pea here in the UK? We're just going to pop into the chat to see how you guys are going. Oh, check it out. Thank you, Mike. That's awesome. It's been a member for 2 years. They just tell you to go to a chemist now. Oh, right. Is that GPs? Yeah, you're probably right, mate. Thank God I'm not sick. Blimey. But thanks for that support. A member for 24 months. Much respect. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. So, yeah, it is a bit crazy. So, driving. Let's come out of the chat quick. Driving. My God. Potholes. How are the potholes where you are? Do you see any at all? Is your road services immaculate and black and clean and new and nice, bright, white, pretty lines and stuff like that? Potholes. Have you got potholes? How dangerous are they? How long have they been there? Does it take the council ages to fix them? Who knows? What's it like? Let us know in the chat. What about this? This drives me nuts. When they cone off a lane or a road for a long time and there's no work going on and it just slows all the traffic. I've noticed this for weeks and months in some places in the UK, and there's no roadworks going on. You never, ever, ever see anyone. Okay, there's no sign saying danger working at night. There's just nothing. They just cone a whole lane off for no reason, don't do any work. It's crazy. What about the 20-mile-an-hour zones? Now, it's all over Wales. It's a nightmare. And there's been protests and all sorts. And I've also heard that there's some 20-mile-an-hour areas in England too. Wow. I don't know about you, but when you're driving exactly 20 miles an hour, you don't have an in-between second and third gear. It's second or third. To do 20, you need 2.5 gear. For me and my car especially. It's a nightmare. And to be honest, I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous driving that slow. And do you know what? Apparently, the UK's contribution to what's going on around the planet, I can't even say it. I will get banned. So we know what happens with the weather and stuff like that. Okay, that word, right? The UK literally adds to the global problem 1%. 1%. So if everyone in the UK drove everywhere for 20 miles an hour, everyone stopped using plastic, everyone was really, really good, that is going to make 1% change to the whole planet. It doesn't make any difference if you like bonfires with bloody carrier bags with black smoke everywhere. It won't make any frigging difference to the planet. It won't. We can do our worst. We could be filthy, dirty, lazy, polluting idiots, and it's only going to affect the planet 1%. So friggin' negligible, actually. Nothing. So 20 miles an hour, no. It's not going to friggin' stop icebergs melting and all that nonsense. Of course it's not. And I don't know if it's Wales, but in Wales, everywhere I go, since I've been here, there's hardly anyone stops to let you out of a junction. They just don't. In England, they do. You could drive along and you're waiting to sort of turn right when there's traffic coming towards you. You know, in England, you literally wait for like 2 seconds. Someone will stop, flash their lights, and you can turn right and go across. In Wales, no. They don't give a shit. They literally go, no, I'm going to carry on. You're going to wait. That's out of order. That's a rant from me, and that's what I've seen. So if you're a kind, courteous Welsh driver who flashes and lets people cross, good on you. If you're not, that's naughty, and you pack it in. It's a rant, and it's true. Cyclists who hog the road, crazy. Cyclists who hog the road. If you're driving down a road and you've got two cyclists side to side, literally taking up an entire lane so cars don't move, they are the Antichrist. You really need to be aware of these cyclists. They are evil, terrible, nasty people. Okay. If you was a sympathetic cyclist, you would probably drive to the curb as near as you can and just be careful. Or if you're smart and there's no one around, use the pavement. If the pavement's empty, go on it. Oh, maybe if it's illegal. But if it is, who's there to tell you off? It's just common sense. And it's good. You're probably going to be safer driving on the pavement on your bike than on the road. So cyclists, crazy. The ones who hog the road, the ones who go for red lights, the bad ones. Not all cyclists. So don't get out your pram, put your dummy back in. It's going to be fine. There's a good little cyclist. It's fine. We're talking about the bad ones. Stop laughing, you. Rachel agrees, I think. Just laughing her little. She's laughing her head off. But it's true, you know. And what about poor road signs? How many times have we been driving around? And it's more in the countryside. I don't know about you guys in the towns. Road signs, you can hardly read them. They're either dirty, they got a frigging tree growing right in front of them, or they're literally just been taken down and forgot to be replaced. Road signs really need sorting out in the UK. It's an absolute frigging joke what they're doing with that. What about roadworks and diversions? Oh my God, who's been on a roadwork or there's been an incident? They won't say accident, they say incident now in case people get offended by accidents. Oh, it's too horrific to think of an accident. Oh, let's pacify you. It's an incident. Don't worry. Friggin' snowflakes out there. My God, the world's a dangerous place. We need to grow a pair out there. It's getting crazier and we need to toughen up. So, roadworks and diversions. The diversions are insane. Oh, God. I've been on diversions that's taken hours and hours and hours. God knows what they're doing. But what about these slow speed limits, especially going towards Cardiff? And it's all to save the, you know what I mean, don't you? Yeah, you've got to drive a lot slower to improve air quality and save. Yeah. Wow. Does it make a shred of freaking difference? No. No. Does it really wind people up? Yeah. It does wind people up a lot. And that's what they want. The more people that are upset, wound up, pissed off, skint, the better it is for them. They love it. We hate it. It's true. This is the truth of living in the UK in 2025 right now. You've only got to look at the chat and you've got to look at the comments and you will see what the people are feeling and what they are seeing and experiencing. It's not just me saying this. I'm not making it up. If I was making it up, everyone would be calling me out BS. But check it out. You've only got to look at the comments and you will see the truth. All right? It's insane what's going on. Speed traps. Wow. That's nice, isn't it? When you see a speed camera and it's usually hidden out the way where you can't see it. So you're going uphill, you go around the corner and boom, there it is. You've got no way of slowing down. They do this for a reason. Part of the job of the police in the UK is to do another job, and that is a revenue agent. Yeah, the police are there to collect money. They're like debt collectors with a fancy dress uniform, basically. That's what the police are doing. And they've been doing it for a long time. So you're going to be driving too fast. Oh, you get fined. You've got to pay money. You've parked in a bad place. Oh, you're going to get fined. You've got to pay money. It's nuts. It's absolute nuts. It really, really is. It's got to stop. Because when you're living in the UK and you're already taxed to the nuts, you're spending all of this money on food, all of your money on bills. You can't go out. You can't have a decent lifestyle like you used to have. Everything's getting squeezed. You get frustrated. You put your foot down 2 miles an hour faster than you probably should, and boom, you get a speeding ticket. Oh my God, it's just one big frigging pressure powder keg waiting to pop. And that's life here in the UK. It's nuts. And I've already said about car parking fees. I'm not going there again. It really drives me nuts. What about yellow lines forcing you to go into a paid car park? In every town and every city in the UK, let me know if that's your town. What's your town called and what's your city called? When you think, do you know what? I'm just going to park up. I'm just going to walk around the corner, pop into the newsagents and get XYZ or post a parcel. Okay. No, there's yellow lines everywhere. Oh, really? So, okay. So now I've got to find the car park, go into the car park. I go and park the car, walk all the way to the other side of the car park, and I've got this machine and it wants to have my car registration number. Wow, why do I need to put that in? It's just a ticket in the window like we always used to. No, we don't want you to do that because what's happening is very kind human beings were paying for an hour to park their car. They was only gone 10 minutes. And someone come into the car park and said, here, you can use my ticket. It's got 50 minutes on there. Great. That's humanity at its finest. It's beautiful to see. Now, these frigging arseholes are making sure that that doesn't happen. That's bang out of order. That is plain theft, daylight robbery, scumbags, in my opinion. They need to be lined up against the wall and shot to bits for that. It really is wrong. How dare they make people park in car parks? They put yellow lines everywhere, and if you park on there, you get fined. Honestly, this country is, ooh, it's getting squeezed. It's getting squeezed so much. It really, really, really is. Not only that, the fuel prices. Fuel prices have gone crazy. Like I said, back in 2021, we went over £2 a litre for diesel. Yeah, crazy. It's low at the moment, but with what's been going on in the Middle East, I would say give it a couple of days, get some fuel, and then the price is going to go up. That's a heads up from me. Okay. Also, talking about driving and cars, spare parts. The quality of spare parts for cars is getting worse. Tires are running out faster, brake pads are running out faster, the prices are going up, the quality is getting less. It's a reoccurring theme that we are all being screwed. So this is a bit of a rant. I didn't go full retard. You'd be lucky to hear, but that seems to be about the strength of it. So let me know what you feel. All of the things I've mentioned, have I missed anything out? Is there anything else that happens in the UK that really screws us over, which is driving us mad and making us unhappy and miserable? Because the way things used to be was great. Most people could afford most things. Most people had a nice time and a nice lifestyle and had a really good social life. Now, no. If you want that, you're going to have to be earning a minimum of £70,000 a year per person. That seems to be where it is. 10% inflationary rise every year. Are your wages gone up 10% for the last 5 years? Is your wages double than what they were in 2019? I'll bet you they're not. But everything else has doubled. So yeah, it's crazy. So you guys, I really appreciate your help and support on Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi, especially on PayPal. You guys, you know who you are, who have been supporting me on PayPal. Since the problems I had with the police and they don't want me talking about this sort of stuff, it's been hard. So you guys who've been supporting me behind the scenes, especially on my GoFundMe under the video, really, really grateful for all your help. Now, like I say, please feel free to let rip in the comment section, okay? What boils your pea living in the UK? Now, we're going to see you guys tomorrow night live here at 8 p.m. Friday, right here tomorrow. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.